Greetings gamers, my name is Retro Dave and welcome back to my channel. Now, I haven't recorded anything in the past 2 weeks or so. Before that I haven't recorded much, mainly because I got fed up of editing and it was consuming my life and I needed a break. But I'm back, I'm going to get back into some of the games that I was playing. Donkey Kong, Crash Bandicoot, and we had Zelda. All three of those I'm going to try and complete in the next coming weeks so that I can get on and play some new games and build some new content for the channel. I've stopped playing Prince of Persia for now. I'm just getting fed up of trying to edit it because it will take me about an hour to 2 hours to complete a level and I've got to chop that down to 10 minutes and it's very hard to do. So today I wanted to talk about some of the games that I've picked up in the past 3 or 4 months since I last made a vlog. So we're going to start today with the SNES games that I've got. These two, to start with, these are the two RPGs that I bought. I've always wanted both of them and now I finally have them. Secrets of Mana here. It was one of my goals to own from the very start, but I always found whenever I looked on eBay it would be a little bit too pricey, but now I finally got it. I've played it a bit, it's really fun. Hopefully I'll put it on the channel at some point. And you've seen Illusions of Time already because it's damaged at the front, and on the previous video I fixed that damage. But it hasn't affected it, it still plays fine. So there we go. Some more games that I've got. Prince of Persia 2. Although I'm hating editing Prince of Persia, I love the game. It's really fun to play. And Prince of Persia 2, I've got to level 3 already on this one. Good fun. I'm stuck, but then that's nothing new. Another World. It's a bit like the PS1 game Heart of Darkness, if you've ever played Heart of Darkness. Another World's very similar to that. Really good fun as well. Parodius. I've always wanted Parodius. It's very similar to Super R-Type. This one, you're in a spaceship and you're shooting to the side. It's kind of a parody, hence the name Parodius. So that's all of my SNES games that I've bought recently on eBay. Now to move on to some other stuff. I recently went to a games fair in London. Let me show you some of the stuff that I bought. So I own a Super Famicom. For 2 reasons. The first reason is, say for example, Street Fighter 2, and I already have my SNES set up. I can set up the Super Famicom next to it, and we can have 4 people playing Street Fighter 2 instead of just 2. I could just have 2 SNESes, but certain games like Street Fighter 2 Turbo, it doesn't matter if some of it's in Japanese, it doesn't affect the gameplay. The same with Bomberman. I got Bomberman 3 for it. I have other games for the Super Famicom as well anyway. I've got a lot of Final Fantasy games, which the Japanese does affect. But that's moving on to the other reason why I have the Famicom, is to own games that are a bit more rare to own, or you can't get in English, or on the PAL version at least. So I bought, while I was at the fair, I also picked up a copy of Harvest Moon for the Super Famicom for exactly that reason. It's very, very rare if I wanted a PAL version of it. And it would cost me maybe £200 or something. Silly money. I picked that up for £5. So also while I was at the fair, I got this, which I've always wanted for the NES. For my sins, I've never owned a working copy of Donkey Kong until now. So I can't wait to play that. I haven't played it yet, but I will. I also own some 1980s computers. You've seen already my Amiga 500. I bought a couple games for the Amiga 500. I was recommended by the guy who sold it to me, Tower Assault, because I asked him, I don't know many Amiga games. He said, get Tower Assault. And I also bought Ikari Warriors on the recommendation of a friend from work. So, cheers Andrew. These Amiga games, they're all floppy disks, which is very retro. And then I also have a ZX Spectrum. So I've bought some ZX Spectrum games. I don't really know I don't really recognise them, but I'm adding to a growing collection of ZX Spectrum games that I can play. Action Biker, Sky Ranger, Caves of Doom apparently is a fun one according to the guy I bought it from. These were £1 each, so I didn't really care. Pulse Warrior. And now I've heard of Rapid Fire, so hopefully that'll be a fun one. ZX Spectrum itself, the games are on audio cassette. If you play it in a cassette recorder into the computer, it then recognises that as a game and you can play it. Also for the PS2 I got a couple of games, Tomb Raider, Angel of Darkness. Also I've got Project Zero, which I've never played, but I've played Project Zero Crimson Butterfly, which is the sequel, and that was really good, really scary. It's a horror game. Looking forward to that. It's the same as Fatal Frame. It's called Fatal Frame, I think, in America or in Japan, or both. But it's called Project Zero in the UK. I'm just showing you all of my PS1 games now. The last time you saw them, they weren't anywhere near as complete as this. I've got a lot more games now than I did last time. Rayman, Rayman 2, Worms. I've got the Doom, original Doom. A few weird ones like Action Man. Lots of racing games. Nuclear Strike. So now I've got Ape Escape was one I wanted to particularly show you. It was recommended by a YouTuber whose name I won't mention. Oddworld, Abe's Odyssey. Love this game. Finally got it. I'm so happy. Worms World Party to add to the growing collection of Worms games. I've also somewhere in here got Worms Armageddon. Worms Armageddon. Cool. So that's my PS1 collection. Now, what else do I have here? So yes, the reason why you probably clicked on this video is for the next thing that I bought. I bought this yesterday, which is why I'm showing it off. I finally got a PS4! Hooray! I haven't opened it yet. I haven't unboxed it, so to speak. There's a lot of setup involved, I'm pretty sure. This is the first non-retro games console I've owned, so I'm not going to be good at it. But, you know, the reason why I got this specifically was for the 2 Final Fantasy games coming out. The Final Fantasy 15, which looks fantastic, and the Final Fantasy remake, Final Fantasy 7 remake, which also looks fantastic. Can't wait for them to come out. I had to have a PS4 to be able to play them, so I've got one. But then, since I got the PS4, I decided to get a few games that I know about. So this one came with Uncharted 4, which is supposed to be fantastic. So I'm going to play that and see what it's like. FIFA 17, it also came with. I'm not a real football game nut. I'm really terrible at FIFA. If you've ever played me at FIFA, you'll know I'm terrible. But I've got it anyway, so maybe I'll be better at FIFA by the time I get around to playing this. I'll learn a few things. And then Star Wars Battlefront I got as well, because it's supposed to be fantastic. I love the other 2 Battlefront games. This is like a complete rehash of Battlefront. I don't know how I'm going to get on with the first-person shooter aspect of it, but we'll see. I loved the original Star Wars. Anything Star Wars for me is good. 3 other games that I want that I don't currently own for PS4. Doom, Overwatch, and Call of Duty. I don't know what it's called. The one in space. I usually hate Call of Duty, but I like playing through the campaign just once. I don't really play it online. So yes, PS4. Retro Dave plays modern console. Who'd have thunk it? Oh, there we go. So I'm going to set this up. I'm not going to unbox it on camera because that would just be a mess. It's already a mess. It's all over the place. Thanks everyone for watching. If you've made it this far into the video, maybe you should leave a like. Maybe hit subscribe to see some of the other stuff that I do. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye bye.